Hey fellow toy enthusiasts, I'm back with another Kingdom Builders video, and this one is another character. His name is Sir Phillip, and he is a Phillips screwdriver. Well, he transforms into a Phillips screwdriver and also uses a Phillips screwdriver as his sword. This is one of the main characters in the series. He is the prince. King Hex actually has two children. They are twins. It is Sir Phillip and Lady Twist, and Lady Twist is a flathead screwdriver while Phillip is a Phillips screwdriver, which makes sense, right? Super cute. Now he's of course got another little punny phrase. He says, "Loosen up, bro." He's a very casual, fun, let's play around and change things kind of younger kid here. I have watched the show, but I do not recommend it for children of any age or even for adults, and I might do another video on that later. So as I said, he's a Phillips head screwdriver, and I will show you all the box parts if you want to stop anywhere and pause to read it. That is fine. I'm not gonna actually read everything to you. This is a Little Tikes toy, and it was distributed by MGA. And again, it's these stupid little, I want to say zip ties, but that's not really the word. It's like tag ties, the T tags, but they're clear, so they're really hard to find once you have started cutting them. And they go in all directions because they're super tight on here. And it's kind of a little nightmare. You have to be super careful not to accidentally scratch the toy while you're doing this, because ow, I think I just scratched the toy a little bit. Anyway, they put these things, it's way too close to the actual character. That one had two on that arm, that's weird. Alright, I'm almost free here. He's got two more ankle ones. Okay. Come on. There we go. Alright, he's free. And now be super careful because now I've made a mess. I've cut these and now I got these stupid little T things. I'll show you a bigger piece that I can actually pick up. These stupid little T things all over. So make sure you don't get those all stuck in carpet or you guys will be stepping on those for the rest of your days, if you know what I mean. Alright, I do have a 12-inch ruler out here, and I guess, I don't think I showed that on the box. Sorry, I'll show that real quick, even though I got all these things hanging from it. It's about almost 9 inches long, and the height is 10 inches. Again, really unnecessary packaging. We can't use this as an extra play box because they extended it down to the bottom instead of letting us just take this block out of here, which really in the future, if you guys are going to package this, please give us some cardboard boxes that we can play with, especially since these are bashers and builders. We can pretend they're building with the boxes and things too, especially if we don't have the full play sets yet to play with all the tools. So would really appreciate that if you're going to make this big of packaging. And these toys are cool enough that they don't need a super huge packaging to sell. And most of them honestly are big enough that they still look just as cool in more reasonable packaging that you could just actually hang instead of having to shelve. This guy is, goodness, I didn't mean to drop that. This guy is fairly lightweight. He weighs a little more than Crotabar, I'd say. But, which is interesting because he's a little shorter. He's about 7 inches tall. If you have his feet down, he's a little bit taller. He's got joints in his arms and in his hands. He can actually spin them all the way around. Now, he also bends at the feet and a little bit at the legs. He's not super bendy at the hip. Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. He bends out. Oh wow, he can almost do like a full split here, you guys. Look at this, he's super bendy. Anyway, his legs don't go forwards and backwards, which is kind of odd, but they do go in and out. He reminds me a little bit of like an Inspector Gadget type transformer toy or something. Oops. Alright, he does not hold on to that screwdriver very well, guys. I've dropped that sword a couple times, so maybe they could have done a better job on that, on making this an actual hexagon shape so that he could hold it. There should be an instruction thing in here, which I need to remember to take these out at the beginning of the unboxing videos, you guys, because now I'm going to get these stupid little tabs over the place. I missed a tape piece all over this table, and I really didn't want to have to deal with that. Okay, yeah, got that. I'll show you his instruction booklet just real quick, as well as reading his fun little quote, because I love the little quotes that they have about these people. So this one says, Sir Phillip is a natural-born inventor. He wants to spend time coming up with game-changing building projects. Now he calls these builder brainstorms, and it's pretty adorable. On the inside it shows you picture instructions on how to transform the toy into his tool, and on the back it'll show you other builder and basher characters. Now one thing I really do love about this instruction booklet is that it's kind of a little coloring book. Now this is for ages 3+, so 3 is a little young on being able to color that, but some of the older kids might get a kick out of coloring these little images, and that is a fun little added feature. Now, in good news, he does stand fairly easily. He's got real big feet here that he can stand with, and I want to show you how he transforms. Now, I love that his tool doubles as his sword. That is too adorable. Unfortunately, he does not hold his sword very well. It's real loose in here. He will keep dropping it out of his fist, so that was a little less than ideal, but when you do transform him, it does stay in a little bit better. So let's talk about how you transform him. First, you're going to twist his, I'll show you all of the details up close real quick, and then I will transform him afterwards and spin him around again so you can see all his details in tool form. Now you're going to take his legs and you are going to twist them outwards so that the peg on the back of this leg and the hole on the back of this leg are going to line up, and you are going to put those together. Now be very, very careful when you're transforming him, because on the bottom of his feet he has these extra ledges that are really sharp, and it causes a pinch point. So you're gonna wanna grab and squeeze instead of using your fingers, and you're gonna have to be very careful when you're showing your kids how to do this, because you get a pretty good pinch from doing this. I got a pretty good pinch the first time I transformed him, and I was not super happy. Also, it does say to put the peg in first, but it's a little easier if you can get these feet tilted. If you can get these feet tilted and kind of do those steps together, it's not very easy to do. It's going to be really difficult, especially for a 3-year-old, but some of the slightly older kids may be able to handle it. Now after that, you are going to put his arms all the way out, and I usually straighten his fists because that looks a little bit better. The back of him has a little ledge at the top. You're going to pop that open, and this part gets a little creepy, guys, but you're going to push his head down into his armor and close that back up. Now on the top he has a hexagon hole, and as you may have guessed, that's where the rest of the tool is going to go in, because this is just the handle. Unfortunately, there's really poor quality control on this toy, as well as it being super cheaply made, so it only fits in sideways, and I know kids won't mind this, but this super bugs me that this sticks out sideways with these corners coming out. It should all line up right across the shoulders, and it doesn't. Now, on other Sir Phillip toys or on Lady Twist toys, it does, so it just kind of depends on how great your toy was made, and the quality control really wasn't great, so you may get one that's straight and you may not. I mean, it just sort of depends, but I guess it's not really a big deal in the play, and of course the kids probably aren't going to notice it too bad, and it's not going to be too much of a safety concern on these corners jutting out, because you hold the tool more by his body than anything else. The good news is this is fairly secure in here, so when you're using him as a tool, it's not too bad. I'm gonna pull out a Build-A-Beast here to show you this and one of his accessories. So I'll put it in here and spin the tool, of course, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So I'm going to spin him to the right, and here it attaches the tool. Now you can use this with any of the play sets or with the Build-A-Beast, and then of course you can spin him to the left and it will loosen up the hex bolt. Be a little careful because this might fall. Okay, there we go. So overall, that's pretty cool, and this is nice to hold on to because it's nice and smooth and rounded. He's also really cool that he can transform back into a knight, and I did tell you guys that I was going to show you all the details. Sorry. Here's the back and front and of course top and then bottom of the tool when he's transformed into a tool. So this is a pretty fun character. Now I did end up rating this 3 stars out of the 5, because it is so cheaply made and has such poor quality control. Also, these sharp edges had me knock it down 1 more star because that's a pretty bad pinch point or scratch point on that, and that was a concern. His tool also doesn't really stay in his hand, which makes it a little less fun when he's wielding his sword for play as a knight. I really wish they had kind of molded that better or made it the hexagon shape like they did in his neck so that it would stay in here a little better for play. I'm going to give you a quick summary of the pros and cons because I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that on these videos because I know you guys enjoy that. Alright, pros is that this guy actually does have elbow and wrist joints. His tool up here doubles as a sword, which is really fun, and the character is very highly detailed as far as color and texture detail. Cons is the sword does not stay in his hand and keeps falling out. He's made of super cheap plastic and will break very easily, and there's really poor quality control as far as the sword doesn't sit straight inside his head on all of them, and other issues. Also, he has sharp edges on the bottom of his feet that could become a scratch or pinch point pretty badly. This one is one of the worst ones as far as pinch points. You're going to have to be careful giving it to the smaller guys. Let me know what ages you think it would be best for. Little Tikes says 3+, but I feel like maybe a little bit older would be better on these sets. Let me know what you guys think of this guy in the comments below and what your kids thought as well. And then, of course, subscribe to my channel, like the video, hit the notification bell to get notified of all the new content that is coming out, which I try to publish at least once a day or once every few days, some new things. So, I'll catch you next time. Until then, have a great time playing. Bye.